Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro sim at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if I'm interrupted, I can stop filming, wherever the pass, carry on. These weekly Wednesdays are essentially a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. They are primarily model focused and it is primarily GW stuff, of which it is primarily 40k stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time, and there is information about myself, what's going on in the workshop every so often. We have a weekly vote. Weekly vote is I'll show you a host of models and you vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. So I'll start with the questions. Okay. What is the best way to balance models, stop them from falling over? This question came in, I think it was last Friday, I think it was. And I actually only sorted out some horrors today. So I thought, okay, this is a question to answer. Because I had to do something to it to stop it from falling over, because the standard goes up to one side and it's top heavy, but I know when I put the homogons together for the German army I'm going to have the same problem because they're leaning them too far forward. The best way to do it is to take some leftover sprue, snip it down and start gluing it to the base. So if they're leaning too far forward, you glue it to the base of the back and it starts keeps them up. If they keep falling backwards or to the side, then you just glue it on the opposite side of it. When you put it on, don't stack it on top of each other. Just put one on, put one next to it. If you have to stack one on top of it, then okay. But what you want to do then is when the base is level, it's not going to fall over. When you come to gravel the model, you put, your technical paint or whatever you want to put onto it, you then put it over the top of the sprue, so it hides the sprue. It just looks like a bit of ground. Okay. Now with the horror in question, I use Astro Granite. Yeah, Astro Granite on their bases. So I'll just cover that over with that and you won't even know it's there. What is the best way to start a demon army? Well, it's an interesting question because most people will start screaming, combat patrol, combat patrol. And yes, the combat patrol is a very, very handy tool. But I would say to you, if you still want to start a demon army, you got a few options, okay? Start with either a big bad winged, a big bad creature, Great Demon or the Dark Master, or something big like that, and then get a combat patrol. The following week, following month, whatever it is. So by the time you've built that big Great Demon and painted it, you then have the money to buy the combat patrol. By the time you've done that, you've got money to buy another combat patrol. Like it's the same one or a different one, doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden you've got nearly 2,000 points. Okay, you don't even need to buy a second combat patrol because you can just go, okay, I want some of this and I want some of that, and just take time to do that. Or you start with a HQ, not a big badass, but like like Changeling. I'm looking at him on the table there, Changeling, or some sort of other character, Skull Taker or someone like that. You build him, paint him, etc. And then maybe go to combat patrol, or just go, okay, I don't really like the look of that combat patrol. I like the look of that and like the look, but I don't like the look of all these guys here. It's not working for me. Then you just buy a box here and a box there and just start adding units to go with. Buy a box, just for example, of Demoness. Okay. Then maybe buy like a hero for the Demoness, or you have your guy that's going to be just a Changeling. It's going to be a Warlord, and then you buy, say, one of the Nurgle HQs, and then buy a box of Plague Bearers, then buy a Demonette HQ, and then buy one of, you know, a box of those, and build it up that way. There is one other option, one other way, is when they start releasing, you know, special boxes. Grab one of those. Even if you look at it and go, oh, but look, it's Demons and Space Marines, and I don't play Space Marines, I want to play Demons, or, you know, whatever it is. Guarantee you'll find someone that plays the opposite, and you just swap, or you sell those models on eBay. You know, and you recoup some of your money for buying the box. Now, there's no plans on when a Demon Codex for 10th edition will be released, but when it is, there's going to be, I'd imagine there's going to be 4 boxes that comes with it, because one for each Chaos God. Let's just say there is, and you go, okay, I'm going to buy this one here. That's, you know, it's a huge lot of models there for that, and it might be like €150 or something like that, but it's worth it. The Soul Forge box with Azrael and the Vashtor inside it, I think that was €140, €138, something like that, from Air Hobbies. And then months later, they released Vashtor on his own, €75. You know, that box came with Vashtor, Venom Crawler, 2 Obliterators, I think 10 Chaos Cultists. On the other side, I think there was, what was on the other side? I think it was Azrael, 10 Intercessors, and I've forgotten, there was something else there as well. But anyway, you know, you get the idea. Now for me, I play both armies, so, you know, it's a win-win for me. And if, in all honesty, for me, if I didn't play, just say I didn't play Chaos, but I got a box for the Azrael and the other bits and pieces, I would then start Chaos Army, because I have the extra bits that I can, you know, just start working away on. How did Mark do the tournament, and do you have any interest in going yourself? That's very good, very good. Okay. Well, Mark finished 14th out of 30, so that's really, really good. He's really pleased with that. I'm pleased for him as well. His first game, he messaged me on the day when I said to him, like, you know, good luck and everything else. His first game was against the Dark Angels, Deathwing Detachment, which is, you know, which was one of the first games that we played. But the person had the line in their army. I didn't have the line. I had him in the list first of all, and I took him out because there's too many points, and I could get another couple of units in and everything else. But he says to me, he won the first 2 games, and the last game he lost a Blood Angel player who's meant to be the best in the country. So you can't complain there. And I from what I understand, I could be totally wrong. I'm seeing him tomorrow, so he'll give me the information about, you know, everything that happened. The points that you score, which points you score, get tallied up, and it gives you your ranking. And if you say we were on the same points, whoever had the most wins would be, you know, above the other person. That's my understanding of how they do the ranking system. But yeah, 14th out of 30 is not you know, not too bad at all. It's pretty good. I'm actually pleased. Bloody Starling or whatever it is flew in here. I'm very pleased because every week when he kicks me on the table, absolutely kicks my ass on the table, you know, it's justifiable because he's really good. And do I have any interest in going myself? Well, me and herself were talking about this, and she was saying me I should go. She wants me to go and socialise with more people. And not that I'm not sociable or nothing, just I have too much stuff to do. But she wants me to go and just, you know, have the day out and have a game and stuff like that, and meet new people and everything else. Maybe someone else will come and play a game with us and everything else. There's another question here to do with something like that. But Mark said to me I should go as well, and I'm like, okay, I might go. The only question for me is, how do I get there? How do I get back? You know, that sort of thing. But you know, that's simple things to figure out. I would be keen and interested too. Now, from that question, there's actually there's another question, but there's a bit of information I'll say as well. The other question is, do you play any games against anyone else, or is it just Mark? Now, I did actually put a thing out on Facebook ages ago about, you know, anyone want to have a game and everything else. And then Mark answered me and said, like, you know, you would do, but I think he was on a holiday for 2 weeks or something at that point. He didn't come back from holiday, and there was nothing for like months and months and months. And I can't remember if I put it up again or if I just gave him a poke and said, like, you know, you still want to play a game or something like that. But it was months later, and then he said, yeah, okay. So we played and got on from there. Now, no one else answered me, so I haven't played against anyone. But it just goes back to what herself was saying to me about going to a tournament. You could meet people that are in the area that may not be on Facebook, or may not, you know, be part of the groups that you're part of on Facebook and not see what you put up in there. So, you know, that's pretty straightforward. Now, tomorrow, we're having a game, of course we are. We're going to do like a tournament type game. Just, Mark wants to give me a feel for what it's like, yeah? And I'm interested, I'm keen to do that sort of thing. He's going to just chuck his Drukhari on the table again. And he said to me, John, I promise you this is the last time for a while I'm going to play these guys. You know, I don't care, we roll dice. I'm used to playing games of fantasy, facing the same armies every week. So it's not a big issue for me. I'm going to actually throw on the table tomorrow World Eaters. Now, some people go, what? I didn't know you had World Eaters. I have a World Eaters army. The last time they were on the table, they faced Leaks of Voltan. I think it might have been 10th edition, right at the start. Or could have been, I think it might have been right at the start of 10th edition. Or it could have been, yeah, it was right at the start of 10th edition, because I didn't have the data cards, so I wrote everything down on paper, what I needed to, you know, look at. And, was it 10th edition? I'm sure it was, but anyway. And the World Eaters had a Bloodthirster allies and Demon allies with them. But no, tomorrow's game, I'm just taking 2,000 points of World Eaters. Now I am going to be taking a Forward Fiend. And somebody said, why don't you take a Mauler Fiend? I'm going to take a Forward Fiend because I like them and I had that model. The one I'm using isn't painted, so I can use it either way. Now, I do have a Hellbrute in the list, but again, I've only got the one Hellbrute built, painted to engine, so it'd just be a stand-in for Corn, because I still can't find those instructions. But yeah, I'm keen to see the way that the tournament plays. I think there's a clock as well, so you know you're not sitting there for 2 hours. You know, you have a clock to a certain amount of time to do your moves and everything else. And I'm very keen to get the World Eaters back on the table again. I'm a little bit, not annoyed, but I'm a little bit like, wow, how I've never played them for ages. You know, it's all that time and effort building Angron, painting him, and they've had one game. So I said, no, I've got data cards in. I'm going to whip them on the table tomorrow. Should be an interesting game. And I think after that, then the way the game is going to go is we're going to pair armies off that haven't fought each other on camera before, fought each other on camera for 10th edition. So we'll cycle through each of them. Now Mark's got Knights, Space Wolves, Drukhari, Tyranids, Leagues of Voltan. Knights, Space Wolves, Tyranids, Drukhari, Leagues of Voltan. It's 5 armies. And I have Demons, Chaos Space Marines, a Death Guard army very soon, Eldari army, Space Marine army, Necron army, and soon I'll have a Sisters army as well. So there'll be a lot of games going on, mixing around. But what I do want to do eventually is have 3 different lists on the table, on a piece of paper, flipped over, you know, not lists but just the faction, flipped over, roll a dice, and you know, whichever one it is, that's the list I'm using for that game. that's something I want to do because that's very unique to the channel. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote. What is the vote and how does it work? Well, I'll show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. Now, how do you vote? Comment below. Okay, just comment below, I vote for X, Y, and Z. Don't say I vote for everything because it won't count. But you can say I vote for any of the Necrons or any of the Tyranids or any of this or any of that, and it will count. Now, if you're not sure what particular model is called, give me a description. If you're not sure, don't worry about trying to spell it. If you spell it wrong, as long, you know, if you spell it and go, that doesn't look quite right, just give me a little description as well. Because some of these things have some crazy name and crazy way of spelling their names. Now there is a wild card vote as well. The wild card will be find out if it wins, and there's creator's choice. Now creator's choice, if that wins, which it never has thankfully, then I choose which one I want to paint. So, and if you vote for something that doesn't win, don't panic because everything has to be painted up. Yeah, so I'm going to bring you down and show you the models now. Right, we have a Drukhari Venom. I knew because I've got nowhere else to put it for the minute, so I just left it there and done my scribbling vote. We have this Scorpion Destroyer Lord. I was actually really happy with the data slate balance sheet, because balanced data thing, because they've gone down the points. Dire Avengers for the Eldari army. We have the Inner Circle Companions for the Dark Angel Space Marines. I left the Green Goblin on there because I couldn't bother looking for another Crisis Protocol model. We have Gene Stealers. We have the Hero of Slaanesh on, or the Lord on Slaanesh on a Steel of Slaanesh, so us for Old Warhammer. We have Wind Riders for the Eldari. We have the Cryptophile. We have the Palatine. We have the Death Guard Plague Surgeon. We have the Blight Lord Terminators. We have the Jackals for the World Eaters, which will be on the table tomorrow. We have Eldari Farseer. That's the one with the staff there. We have Eldari Guardians. We have a Lictor. There's actually two of them. The other one has actually been primed, but it's the older one. We have Death Guard Space Marines. We have a Death Jester for the Eldari army. It's a very old lead model. We have the Neophyte Hybrids. We have this lovely sister. She is the Sister Superior for the Retributor Squad, which I've built today. Well, I built over the last few days, but that video is probably going to go up live tomorrow or maybe Saturday. We have the 8-bound for the World Eaters, and we have the Annihilation Barge for the Necrons. Well, as you can see, there's a host, array of models there. One surprise entry, which is the Retributor Squad. I didn't tell anyone I was building that, but the video should go up. The video to build those should go up maybe tomorrow or Saturday, something like that. If I get time to edit today, I'll edit today and put up on a timer for tomorrow, but let's see what happens. I'll still have to clear the table ready for tomorrow's game. But yeah, how do you vote? So you comments below, and on Friday at 12 o'clock midday, I look at the votes, and whoever's won, that's what gets painted up on Monday. The reason I close the votes off at that time is because then if it needs to be gravelled, like big gravel on the base, or it needs to be undercoated or something like that, it gives me time to prep it. If I'm going to go in with some crazy colours, like some contrast paints and stuff like that, I'm not putting myself under too much pressure just to get it done on the Monday or the Sunday. I can actually just do a bit of it and just really focus on it. But yeah, so check comments below for what you vote for. If you have a question for me, you can check on below, ask the question, or you can go on to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a messenger button there. Now I don't put my head in and mess around in there like I should, but you can go onto there. There's a messenger button there. You can click on that and message me directly. If you're new to the channel and seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button, guys, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so that triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. 831 now, which is absolutely subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. Massive thank you to all of you guys. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Comments below, votes below. Ready to tomorrow's game, you'll probably see it Friday. If I don't pick the sisters up Friday, the barrel port will go up. But I might pick the sisters up Friday and pick the barrel port up for Saturday. So, you know, something like that. But anyway, until next time, guys, take it easy.